Welcome back. In this screencast, we are going to see the next thing in the Odoo sales. So, in the previous screencast, we have covered the orders, where we have also covered the quotation, order, sales team, and customer. In this screencast, we are going to see the invoicing section, and under the invoicing section you can see like there are two options. One is the order to invoice and one is the order to upsell. Now we are going to check like what exactly the difference is between both two options. The first option which you see like order to invoice, that means like whatever the orders has been created inside the Odoo, that orders can be converted into invoice, and you can bill the customer based on like whatever the customer has ordered, right? So if you click on that, you will have essentially all the orders that you have in the system, right? Now the second option what we have inside this is the order to upsell. What does it mean by order to upsell is, if you click on that, you see essentially nothing. That means now let's talk about the how the invoicing happens within a company. Now usually, let's say if your customer has given the order for certain product, so now you can order the customer based on the order quantity, right? And then the another option within an organization is you can invoice the customer based on delivered quantity. So now here I have mentioned two things. One is the ordered quantity and one is the delivered quantity. Both has two different way approach toward managing the invoices. Now how to manage this in Odoo is, let's say if you go to the product. Now inside the product, let's talk about any product. So let's say there is a first product, a caustic block. Now if you go and click on edit, inside edit section, if you go to, let's say, maybe sales, or yes, so within the sales you can see here the invoicing policy, right? So here within the invoicing policy there are two options. One is the ordered quantity and the second is the delivered quantity. So based on your choice of the product, you can invoice your customer. So obviously you need to configure your product accordingly so that you can manage the order to upsell. So this is how you can manage the order to upsell. Now the next options what we have inside product are like products which we have also seen, like how we can manage the products and inventory within the Odoo. So let us start exploring like what are the options we do have inside the products. Now if you go and click on the products, you will have essentially list of the all products here, and all these products currently are in the Kanban view. Now same, you can just switch to the list view by clicking on the list icon, and here you will have in fact more views, more feature of features where you can see the sales price, cost, what is the quantity in hand, what is the forecasted quantity, unit of measurements. Now instead of having just only these 5 to 6 column, let's say if you would like to have more columns to reflect upon, the provisions are there. We can customize it and we can add the more columns here. Now all these columns also again, if you would like to filter, so it can be filtered here, right? So like if you would like to see the items which is available only in the point of sales, or let's say if you would like to see which can be purchased, so you can see the list has been changed, right? Now instead of that, let's say if you see only the products which is available in point of sales, it can be checked, right? So like this, and you can see here the dynamically filter is also getting updated, right? Now like this filter will help you find the product easily into the system, which you have entered. Now the another option what we have here is group by. Inside the group by, you can group the product based on product type, product category, and even you can add the custom group. Now you can see in the left side there are three options are available. One is consumables, another is the stored product, and another is the services. But let's say if you would like to have more product types, so you can add the product types by yourself. It is very easily, you can add the product type and you can add the product into the respective product type. So all these things are customizable in the system. We can customize it. Now let's switch back to the Kanban view, and in the Kanban view, if you just remove the filters, you will have all the items, and you can see like for every items there are specific images are available. So these image will help you identify the items very easily. Now in the product section itself, there is another option called product variants. In the product variant, so essentially sometime, let's say if you are into the retail sales, or and let's say if you are talking about the if you are selling the electronics item, let's say laptop. So let's say MacBook, if you are selling, now the MacBook has multiple variants. So let's say if you're talking about the MacBook Pro, so one variant is with let's say 14-inch, another is 16-inch, and then another variant with based on the storage capacity. So let's say if you are into the iPhone, if you have the iPhone, then iPhone also has the multiple variants. So you can define the multiple variants, and you can add the multiple variants within the one product. So those features are also available into the system, and which can be configured easily. How you can configure the easily is like if you go and click on product variants. Now here you can have the all the product details, and you can put it inside the specific product. Now coming back on the product variant, again you will have the multiple columns here, and like I mentioned, it can be customizable. You can add the multiple columns based on that, and in fact you can these features are only available in 13. It's not available in Odoo 12 and the previous release. So these features will help you filter the list view very easily based on your requirement. And obviously, like other modules, like the filter options are available, group by filters are available, which can be customized very easily. Now inside the product section itself, the another features what we have is the price list. This price list is very important when it comes to the sales or the making the quotation or anything. Now consider let's say if you are into the sales retail sales business, and let's say you have one outlet maybe in one geographical area, and the another outlet you have in another geographical area, where the price of the products are entirely different. And that price is what I meant by the the product price plus the tax and other stuff, right? So let's say if you have the same item into different product stores with the different price list, it is very easy to configure the price list and then define the price within that price list for the specific product. So or let's say if you have some sort of campaign for a specific festive season, so it is very easy to configure the discounts on a specific price item. So let's say some festivals are there, and you are giving some sort of 10% discounts or 20% discounts. So it would be very easy for you to configure the discounted price within the system. Now post product, there is another features called reportings, and this reporting is again very helpful to analyze the complete sales workflow. Now if you go and click on the sales within the reporting section, you will have this view. So this view is essentially like each and every month, like how the sales has happened. And obviously there are options when you can switch into the multiple chart. So like currently what you see here is the line chart. Next, if you grab pie chart, if you go and click, so you will have the pie chart here, and obviously like all the months will have a different colors here. And again, like this kind of beautification is not available in other previous release, so this feature is only available in 13.0 onwards. Now another options, we have the line chart, bar chart. So in bar chart, again you will have the details like this. And if you would like to filter it again, so you can filter it, let's say quotation wise, or the sales order wise, or let's say if you are customizing with the custom, if you would like to just fetch the reports based on your custom requirement, so based on, let's say, price list, and if you just put the apply, you will have based on the price list. Now these features are very helpful if you would like to fetch the reports for analysis. Now second option is like the group by. Under the group by, it is very important, let's say if your organization has the multiple sales team, and each and every team has, let's say, 5, 10 or 100 people. Now obviously you will have the team target. So within the team target, again you will have the individual target. So if you would like to fetch the reports based on team, or if you would like to fetch the reports based on individual, these group by features would be very helpful. You can generate the custom report, or let's say if you would like to have based on customer or based on country. So let's say if you have a business spread it across multiple countries, you can generate based on the countries. Or let's say if you would like to generate the sales based on the product, it can be fetched here. Or let's say based on product category, you can get the reports based on product categories. Or let's say if you have multiple companies within the Odoo, so let's say if you would like to fetch the report based on company A or company B, so it would be very easy to get the reports for a specific company. Similarly, you can also have the reports based on yearly, quarterly, monthly, weekly or daily basis. Or let's say even these reports are not sufficient enough, it is very easy to customize the reports based on add the custom group. So these features are available in Odoo, and I believe this is feature rich. These reports should be sufficient for your organization, irrespective whether you are a startup company or SME or the MNC. Now the next option what we have here is the time range. What it means by time range is, let's say if you would like to generate the report based on weekly basis or monthly basis or quarterly basis or half yearly basis, so you can generate the reports. And the another features in Odoo is also like if you would like to compare the reports, means like two reports you wanted to compare, like how exactly your growth story is. So the time range option will also give you an option to compare the reports between two time range. Now next to that, the another features is favorite. If you would like to save this as a favorite to your dashboard, you can save it as your favorite. Now the another important thing, which is the measures criteria. So this measure criteria is also one of the very important features into the sales report. So let's say if you would like to measure against the discounts, or against the discount amount, or against the quantity delivered, or against the quantity invoiced. So there are a lot of measures criteria are there, so which you can apply for a specific sales reports. Now next to reports, there is another features called configuration. In configuration, again you can see in the drop down there are multiple options are there. So one by one if we can go through, The setting option is all about like you can change the settings of your sales. So let's say if you would like to have the multiple variants, if you would like to manage the multiple variants, let's say if you are into the garment sector, so let's say if you would like to set it variants as per the size, so S or M or XL or double XL, so you can have the multiple variants. And there are product configurators are there, list unit of measurements are there. If you would like to add your custom unit of measurement, it is very easy to add the unit of measurements. And deliver content by email, and all those things, like you can do the emailing from the system itself. Product packaging, I mean this coupons and promotion, usually you can see this is available into the enterprise section itself. And whether you would like to allow the customer for the free sign up on the portal or not, so it can be activated from the settings panel. If you are giving the discounts to the customer while making the invoice or quotation or the order, you can check this particular features. Multiple price lists are there. If you would like to give the margins, if you would like to see the margins, usually no any company does it, but let's say if you do it, you can check this one. Options are there for the online signatures also, where you can request the signature from the customers on a specific orders of the customer. Online payments are also there, which you can configure based on country or the region. Let's say if you are in India, there are many payment gateways out there. If you are or different countries, every country has a lot of payment gateways. Odoo has, I think, the plugin for almost all the major payment gateways company. Then there is a quotation templates are there, so you can customize your specific quotation template for the customer. And this quotation template would be available, let's say if you are allowing the customer to see the quotation on orders on a customer portal. And what I meant by customer portal is, let's say if you are allowing the customer to give a access to your portal, you can and these templates would be available in that. Now the next option here is like customer address. So let's say if you would like to mention the specific address for the delivery address and the billing address. So let's say if you wanted to have one as the billing address and another as the delivery address, so you can check this option. And default validity for the quotation is, you can set the 30 days. Obviously while making the quotation you can change this. Then sales warning, performa invoice in many countries, in fact even in India also, before you send the invoice, the customer will ask you to give the performa invoice. So you can check this, or if let's say in your country this is not required, you can keep it unchecked. Then another option is called lock confirmed sales, means if sales order is confirmed, no one should be able to modify that, so then you can check this. Then again there are multiple shipping integrators out there with the different shipping cost. So these integrators are well connected with the company like UPS, DHL, Easy Post, FedEx, etc. So you can have this. And then under the invoicing section, again like I said, order to upsell and order to invoice, the same thing, you can just have it. Down payment, these are the options are there. And automatic invoice, let's say to generate the invoice automatically when online payment is confirmed, you can have this. What I meant by that is, let's say if you have the payment gateway integrated with the system, and let's say for a specific customer you have raised the invoice along with the payment link, and you have sent the invoice order to the customer, and let's say if customer has made the payment through that payment gateway, that particular link which you have shared, then system will automatically create the invoice. So those provisions are there, and automatically customer will get the invoice from the system. Provided if you have the outgoing email servers are configured. So make sure these settings are properly configured, then only system will work. Next to the settings, like there are sales team, which we have also covered in the CRM part. You can have the multiple sales team and the multiple team member within the sales team. Next to that, like there are like we have discussed, like quotation templates are there. You can create the multiple quotation template if you go and check the existing one. So these templates are available. In fact, in quotation template, one more features are there in Odoo is, let's say if you are sending a quotation to the customer to view from the customer portal, and at the same time, let's say customer is also interested in some more products, so you can give one section like, you may be interested in this product. So those features are available, which you can mention here. uh, like you have the features, and let's say if customer has made the payment or online payment, the what confirmation mail should go from the system. So those confirmation email are customizable, which you can configure it, and you can just enable within the system. Now the next option is like shipping methods. Like I said, you have the shipping multiple shipping methods based on the fixed price or based on the distance. So all those things are configurable. So let's say if you go and click this, so you have the options here. Like all these options are configurable for a specific company, uh, destination and all, state wise. Let's say within India, let's say if you are delivering the product into the different state, so for a specific state, if you would like to have the specific price, you can have those things configured here. Now in the product section also, there are multiple attributes are there, like we have discussed here. So let's say if you have the e-commerce portal enabled within the Odoo, and within the e-commerce portal, let's say if customer is browsing, let's say if you are into the garment section, and let's say you have the same item with the multiple color. Let's say you have the shirts, and the same shirts into 5 different color, and you would like to allow the customer to choose one specific color. So you can have the radio button enabled. You can configure the radio button here from here for shirts color actually. So like this, you can have based on your requirement. Now the next option is like unit of measurements, which we have already discussed. You can have your custom unit of measurement, and all these options are customizable here. Now units of measure quantity, like all these, like unit, volume, working time. And working time is especially for a consulting company, where a company is to bill based on the time they have worked on the project. So these particular systems are configurable for your specific requirement. Now in this screencast, we have completed the sales module. So overall, the sales module has 2 screencasts. So make sure you are watching this module after watching the previous one. Thank you so much once again for watching this screencast. See you in the next one.